Coming up at 11, the holidays and home-cooked meals go hand in hand. But just how long should that Christmas ham stay fresh?
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and Merry Christmas. I'm Keaton Hall. When we think of Christmas, we often associate it with eating a home-cooked meal with our loved ones. But when we store that food from our holiday get-togethers, it's easy to forget about the risks of foodborne illnesses. WYMT's Alyssa Williams spoke to health department officials about how you can keep yourself and others safe this Christmas.
For many individuals, this will be the first holiday season since before the pandemic that they'll be gathering with loved ones over a meal. But with that opportunity comes a greater risk of foodborne illness.
You know, there's 4 basic steps to food safety that the CDC recommends. That's very important, not only around the holidays, but any time of year.
After you and your family are done eating, it's important not to keep food sitting out for too long in order to stop any bacteria from growing.
A lot of times we like to sit around and visit after a meal, and that's great, but we may not have to do the dishes right then, but at least put your food, take care of it properly so that it remains safe to consume.
When storing leftovers, it's important to stay informed on how long food can sit in the fridge. Health department officials say that many leftovers can be consumed only a few days after that holiday meal.
Most foods are only safe to consume 2 to 3 days after they've been prepared. A lot of us, we eat that leftover turkey a week later and think, well, that didn't taste just right, but I guess it's okay. Oftentimes we consume leftovers much longer than we should sometimes.
Keeping you and your loved ones safe from foodborne illness this holiday season. Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Lockhart adds that if you find yourself battling food poisoning, after Christmas, there's not a lot you can do other than drink plenty of water and wait for it to pass. You can find more information on how to fight and prevent foodborne illness on our website at WYMT.com. Despite the holiday, one restaurant in Perry County is keeping its doors open. With new business hours, Circle T restaurant operated until 8 p.m. Saturday. The establishment has made a reputation for itself being one of the few businesses that'll still operate on Christmas Day. Waitress Santana Noble says it's busy all day.
In the morning, people were opening their presents and stuff like that, but later in the day, I think a lot of people will be hungry. There's nowhere else to eat but here, so they're going to come down here and get them something to eat.
Noble says she enjoys the work and was happy to serve those needing a meal during the holidays. Francis Diner was another Hazard restaurant that was also open on Christmas. The community group Parents of Angels has once again displayed its angel tree in downtown Hazard. The display was inspired by other tree decorations on Main Street, set up by other organizations and businesses. Parents of Angels helps parents in the area who have lost a child cope through the Christmas season. Member Ginger Carroll says anybody is welcome to contribute, no invite needed.
As far as the monument goes, we do ask that a parent does that, but as far as the tree goes, you can put anyone's, any child's picture on it that's passed.
Carroll says they hope to have an even bigger tree next year. The one they currently use is 9 feet tall. The next one is planned to be between 12 and 15 feet tall.
Well, it was one of the warmest Christmases on record for the mountains, and tonight we are still pretty mild out there. Let's take a look at our Buffalo Mountain camera. You can see we are dry tonight under a partly cloudy sky. Temperature is still sitting at 63 degrees here just past 11 o'clock. 61 in Jackson and Pikeville, 58 for Irvin, 60 for you guys over in Harlan. Up on satellite and radar, we were mostly dry today, but as we got towards the afternoon and evening hours, a couple of those showers started to develop. Didn't rain all day long, but we still watch out for a couple more showers into tonight as well. Those temperatures falling off into the upper 40s and lower 50s under a mostly cloudy sky. Watching out for a couple of stray showers as well through tonight and into your early Sunday morning. We stay dry on Sunday, but rain chances are back into your next work week. I got that full forecast coming up a little bit later. Keaton.
Thank you, Cameron. Lexington couple is spending their Christmas vacation in western Kentucky. And after being on the ground the past few days, they want to show others how far those in Mayfield have come. But even more, how far they still have to go. Grayson Passmore has the story.
And, this is, you see they're staircasing the house. And I mean, as far as you can see, This is the direct path that came through Mayfield. And
With UK Healthcare, Justin Music and his wife Lindsay virtually walk us through a Mayfield neighborhood where they've been volunteering the past week.
It's just desolate. It's like, it's just unreal. I mean, it's like an apocalyptic environment now.
Music says they were inspired to help by the stories they've heard.
And this is just one block. I mean, there's 50 more blocks like this.
And seen out of Western Kentucky.
Fuel for generators is a big thing. And so we've been giving out fuel cards to folks so they can get gasoline and stuff.
That's when the Musics met a dad and his 12-year-old daughter.
And he was telling me how they were, they tied themselves to some kind of pole in the basement that's like in their foundation and rode out the storm. And, he actually was in a brick house. It was just, it was crumbled. The roof was caved in and I just couldn't, and he said, I'm a grown man, but I was as scared as I've ever been in my life.
Music says walk a few feet in any direction and you hear similar stories.
Foundation.
Which is why they're spending their Christmas cleaning debris, helping families get supplies.
I mean, this could affect anyone. I mean, and this is something no one has control over. And, one day they had a home and one day they didn't.
And hoping others will feel inspired to do the same. In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Music and his wife teamed up with Samaritan's Purse volunteers already on the ground. They've been clearing debris in neighborhoods and homes and moving it to the roadside for the Army National Guard to pick up. Members of 2 churches that were destroyed by the tornadoes in Mayfield came together for a joint Christmas Eve service. In an empty lot next to where the 2 churches once stood, Mayfield's First Presbyterian and First Christian churches came together and sang Silent Night. Governor Andy Beshear called the storm system that ran through Mayfield the deadliest in Kentucky history. The tornado that destroyed the 2 churches took over 70 lives throughout western Kentucky. Coming up, how the Omicron surge is affecting travel for millions.
A few showers are possible tonight, but better rain chances are on the way next week. I got your full forecast coming up.